G'day guys, welcome back to the ESL Pro League APAC Finals. It's Season 7, it's our finals of the APAC Finals, and we are headed into Map 2. MVP PK, a long and arduous task to get rid of Map 1, but they have done it. Come away with a 1-0 lead, now heading into their own choice of Nuke.
Yeah, and like Moe and Ian and the boys on the analyst desk were saying, that a little bit scared of Grayhound's chances in this one because they share very similar strats. I mean, it could be also on the other flip side as well, is that if MVP do something, Grayhound recognizes what's going on. So we could be seeing another even battlefield once again.
Yeah, definitely. And this one, I should say, would potentially be leading towards another fairly long map because both teams like Nuke, both teams have shown a tendency to pick Nuke in this tournament as well. They're both obviously fairly evenly matched as well. So I'm thinking we're probably setting ourselves up for a fairly long one. Have to imagine that we're going to be seeing Grayhound starting on the CT side here.
Absolutely. You always want to be
side.
Yeah, you always want to be starting CT side of Nuke. This is one of the rare exceptions where I say, look, starting T side may be good for XYZ map, not Nuke. Nuke has just been predominantly always CT-sided, especially after they got rid of Catwalk and Outers. It's been a few months, but that removal of Catwalk means it is a little bit more difficult for the Ts to take the Outers control. We still do manage to see a T every now and then manage to get in there and just wreak havoc at Heaven, and that's why it makes it a little bit more special now, because every single time it actually takes a little bit more effort to get into Heaven as opposed to before it was pretty much given to the T side. Here, you can have Heaven.
Yeah, well, indeed, Grayhound will be starting off on the CT side, so we'll have to wait a little bit before we get to see their T side. But MVP, as of yet, we haven't seen them actually play Nuke so far this weekend. It is going to be the first time we get to see that. But look at this aggression in the pistol round out from Dexter. Everyone's charging into lobby right now for Grayhound, and Zion's just going, what the heck is that? There's 4 players on top of me. MVP, they take the opportunity to take control of Outer, but Grayhound have already found the first pick.
Yeah, they've got control of Heaven, which is actually very strong for a T side to hold. Now, they don't need to be challenging Malta. Zeph, you don't need to be having a meander by yourself as the rest of your team decides to go into Heaven, because you know what's underneath Heaven, that's hell, and that's where you're going right now, because you shouldn't have gone and just done that play. You've left the rest of your teammates in a dire situation. Glow's going to try the best to bring it back, but it's all down to Solo, and I think this situation is too far gone for him to rescue. There it is, pistol round for the CTs.
And a pretty good one there for Grayhound as well. You could see they came into that one with a set strategy. They just wanted to get it over as quickly as possible. That's a nice boost to the CT economy to start things off. Always a bonus on Nuke. MVP. Pistols and armor look to be the go, at least for Solo. Everyone else is going to be slowly investing into it. It always seems like MVP are really slow to make these calls as to what kind of an investment they want to go for.
I mean, it is a risky call as well, because Glow's actually given the scout over to HSK, so HSK can get body armor.
Where's Solo taking all that damage from?
Grenade, Outers.
Yeah, okay.
They ate it.
Glow also seems to have suffered much of the same fate.
So this is not looking good for MVP already in this round. They've taken a lot of damage trying to get this out of control. And with a few members without armor as well, it's just going to make it more difficult. HSK, yeah, body armor, I can understand his philosophy, but you probably prefer head armor and then dropping a CZ across. So maybe a little bit of miscommunication coming out. Or maybe he got armor and body armor and Deagle. We'll never know at the end of the day, as he's still looking for an opportunity at Outers.
Stacy is going to be problematic here for MVP. Dexter has dropped HSK, but there are a couple of quick trade backs there from MVP. Gratisfaction aware of someone coming potentially from Squeaky, but that is going to be his undoing in the end.
Dear.
And now it's a player advantage for MVP. Urkas will hold desperately onto the site. Zion drawing his attention for the moment, but he needs to be aware of Zeph, who is close by. He'll go down very low indeed. The bomb's been dropped by Malta, but they need to get rid of Urkas first, and they have managed to do that. Now they can focus their attention on the remaining CT.
Yeah, I don't know how MVP were just able to walk up and get control like that, but they managed to do so in Malta. So much more work to do right now. Glow, I mean, for Malta, he doesn't know it, but Glow doesn't have body armor, so it's going to be Glow leading the charge and Zion trying to trade out, who's already had a great round, and Zion trying to find the pick. It's not going to work out. That is a big round coming out from Malta, denying the bomb carrier and the getting the 2 kills from the SMGs to just rescue Grayhound from a really poorly played anti-eco, because they lost so many guns on that, and they were this close to losing that round.
Yeah, very nicely done by Malta at least. He's up to 4 kills after the first couple of rounds, but still an expensive one for Grayhound. And I did say it's a nice boost to the economy for Grayhound to get that pistol round going. Maybe not the case if MVP can continue to do damage like that. But in this round, they've really put nothing into it. It's just the Glocks coming out. And it'd be surprising to see them be able to get as much damage done. This faction, though, taking a little bit of lead to his diet.
He's taken more damage than Solo has. And that's a little bit interesting for me, because generally you'd favor an SMG over a Glock, especially when the SMG has armor. It is what it is at the end of the day. Solo's just being an absolute nuisance running around. It doesn't matter if they're a nuisance. MVP have not been able to get any control of the map just yet. And that means that none of the CTs are going to be too jumpy at rotating. Still going to be containing the map. Still going to try and deny the bomb plant from MVP.
Text up. Not a huge, massive job to do, but it'll be a nice farm for him. And he's quite happy with that. Glow, Zeph and HSK not offering much resistance. First gun round to come out here, though, by MVP and Grayhound. The option looks to be the bonus. Gratifaction's not going to have the option to upgrade to an AWP.
I was about to say as well, is that on the side of Grayhound, because they lost 4 SMGs in the first anti-eco, is that they don't actually have the luxury of going for a split buy at the moment, where normally you'd see Gratifaction get the AWP, still be able to get the rifle in the next round, or vice versa, is that they just don't have this luxury. So they have to go aggressive on the SMGs, and Urkast already finding some success as well, just taking down Zeph immediately. You still got Dick Stacey just being an absolute nuisance around the smoke right now. So MVP, they don't know that he's here. But look at this, Dexter's already in trophy room.
Yeah, a good aggressive push out from him. And HSK looks like he's checked that corner. Glow as well is going to have a double check, so not necessarily trusting HSK's word there. Glow pushes on forward, and he's kind of forced further in than he might have wanted to be by that incendiary. Malta does get the job done, but Zion also gets rid of Dick Stacey, so it's back to 3 versus 3. A couple of the CTs quite low on HP as well. Gratifaction could come up absolutely massive from this position. He gets Zion. Needs to be a trade out here from MVP, and it's just not happening.
Yep, Solo is going to drop down. Gratifaction, I think we'll be able to hear this, but Solo is just going to wind it back a little bit, have a bit of a breather, and let the position reset itself. And Grayhound can use this time to also find a few AK-47s as the bomb plant goes down. They've got the kits. They've got time to work around with. Just don't allow Solo the one-on-ones.
Well, here's going to be the first, but it's not going to go his way. So, crisis averted, courtesy of Gratifaction. 3 kills for him, all with the MP9 in that round as well. So a lot of money in the bank there. He's got 5k before the round ends. Likely going to throw the AK over and pick himself up an AWP in what will be another gun round here for Grayhound. MVP as well can force into it, but it's going to be lacking quite a significant amount of utilities. Even a Galil out on Zeph, just so that he can afford a little bit more.
I mean, for MVP, just not having utility might have meant that just in that round, but Grayhound were just pretty content with trying to dictate the tempo. They couldn't really take this out as control. And just losing members in lobby is now starting to become a recurring theme, which is a little bit scary, because Grayhound, on the pistol, they took lobby. And now on a bonus round, immediately, they took lobby control.
Well, there was an opening for Gratifaction there if he was going to hit a nice shot, but it does go whizzing past Zeph over his shoulder. Might have even heard the crack. But he's still alive, and that's what matters for MVP. He'll continue to take the shoulder peek, just making sure that Gratifaction's not holding that angle anymore. And MVP, as a result, will start to execute their way out onto Outer, try and get some control there.
Pretty brave, actually, to try to go into Outers after they know that Gratifaction is still in secret. But Dexter just holding all the way back in CT spawn. Good trades. They have to give up Heaven right now. Malta, he's not going to be able to hear this because you've got a silent, sneaky T. I love that smoke coming out from MVP, just blocking off that... I don't even know what that room is called. I call it window room, but yeah, so many window rooms, and just some good work from MVP clearing out these corners. This is what they exactly needed, just deflect the lobby aggression.
Zion has gone down, but he did manage to get 1 kill and a fair chunk of damage. Malta straight up into Heaven, though, and no one's checked him. HSK will be able to get the trade. A nice flick. It's actually Solo that got the job done there. My apologies, but 2 versus 2. And HSK has to drop down to try and get the bomb plant here. Dick Stacey, like he almost wanted to push in there and try and deny the bomb plant. He's not going to be able to, and now he loses his teammate in Gratifaction. HSK, if he spots this angle, he will go down, but at least he will get the information there for Solo. Now Solo, all he has to do is just watch this one. Dick Stacey low on HP. Solo can't get the kill just yet.
Going to be very difficult for Dick Stacey to find this headshot. And there it is, Solo. Just not enough HP for Dick Stacey to work with, unfortunately, but he gave himself a really good chance. He was baiting out. He knew HSK was still going to be on the bomb site, thanks to Gratisfaction's information. But Grayhound, unable to make that work out. That's nice for MVP, though, utilizing the Outer's control to get into heaven. Grayhound can still buy into this, though, thanks to the bonus round from the SMGs. MVP, need to be cautious.
Yeah, a lot of guns lost there for MVP, and Grayhound still looking quite secure with their buy into this one. However, lack of head armor there for Gratisfaction and Dexter might yet play a part in this round.
Especially with the Galil and 2 SMGs on the board for MVP.
Zion holding a little bit of an off angle here. Just wondering if there's going to be a push out from one of the CTs. However, it seems unlikely in a round like this that Grayhound would do anything a little bit over-eager. Dexter might be in a bit of trouble if he does push. HSK is watching that one. He does only have a Galil. Not sure who's there with HSK. Might be Solo with the AK, but regardless, yeah, it is Solo.
Yep.
Doesn't even really eventuate into anything, but it looks like MVP again are going to set themselves up for an Outers take here. Just get that wall of smokes going.
Yeah, it's a good wall of smokes, but Dexter's in a position now to do some serious damage, so he's going to have to rely on maybe a flashbang coming in from the CT side, but that flashbang and some gunfire at Secret means the T's know where he is. Gratisfaction doesn't want to be called no man's land, needs to fall back, but they're just pincering in through Annex. Dick Stacey's burning. He's burning and taking a lot of damage, but he's still here ready to hold on. Urkast just trying to bait out his teammate. Maybe even Urkast not even needed because Gratisfaction's found 2 with the AWP, trying to find the 3rd from heaven. The T's will drop down, but Dexter is in the position, ready to deny the bomb plant. And HSK not even offered the chance. Solo lurking, nothing he can find.
That's a really poor round out for MVP because they haven't even managed to get any damage done to Grayhound. It resets their own economy. It allows Grayhound to build theirs up. It's just the complete opposite of what you want to be doing on that T side. Solo might just be able to get away here with the AK if Dick Stacey does not continue to push on forward there in secret. Ooh, Urkast was close by, but goes the way of Solo. So he's going to be fine to get the AK through here, but MVP can't buy up behind it. It is just going to be the hero by more or less, even though it is a save. Maybe just a couple of pistols, potentially a little bit of armor out for someone like Zeph, who's got a little bit of extra money to play with. In fact, he decides to go for the CZ. So Solo, he'll need to step up big in this round, and actually MVP do finally decide to invest into it. Again, they fool me once, Kevin. Shame on me. Fool me twice. Thanks, MVP.
Not committing the full length, Jordan is. Gratisfaction, though, will be committed to holding this angle for now. And a very, very scary line of T's ready to bust out. Zion is going to be shoulder peeking and forcing Gratisfaction off the angle. He's forced to drop the incendiary grenade and just back off.
It's fine for MVP. They haven't lost anyone just yet, and they know where the AWP is now, but they do seem to want to continue to pressure onto Gratisfaction. Zion just continue to bounce backwards and forwards. Smoke's going to come down, which will allow MVP to progress on forward. But it's not so deep that Gratisfaction is really under too much pressure here.
Gratisfaction has actually made the correct call right now. Fall back to elbow, because you know that the T's are going to be most likely pushing out. He's got Malta underneath to support him, so he's just going to back out. Just keep falling into an angle where it's preferential to be dueling it out, and actually gets the dink on Zion as well. He's going to spot out a lot of these team members, and 45 seconds left means that it's going to be very difficult for the T's actually to get into either bomb site. So just once again, it's the positioning of Gratisfaction that's very important. He does go down, but it's not without a fight, and it's not conceding any territory for the CTs as well.
Does give the AWP over to Glow, and the real objective for MVP in this round is to do damage to Grayhound's economy. So far, just taking the AWP away, and maybe that even hasn't actually been taken away necessarily, isn't really too problematic for Grayhound. Losing one gun is more than acceptable, especially when you're getting some kills on your SMG for Urkast. Just Glow left alive now, and he does have a few players headed in his direction. Grayhound definitely do want that AWP back. They should be able to find him here. There's not many places that he could be hiding in. Urkast
oh no,
check.
He's going to go down after time as well.
Yes, he did. Ooh,
there's no money.
$150 for Glow. That's really bad timing.
Yeah, we're talking about poor. There's Elfish Guy poor.
Yeah.
And then there's Glow kind of poor.
Yep.
$150, even if you eco this one. You're going to have to go for armor and CZs. You can't even buy an assault rifle.
That's bad news, isn't it, really, for MVP?
It's terrible news.
It was not worth trying to save the AWP through, because realistically, you take the AWP through to this round if you're MVP. okay, maybe there's a slim chance that it gets something done, but on the T side, having an AWP, I don't see it really happening there for MVP.
We might be seeing a very quick map number 3, Jordan, because the CT side is just ballooning out of control right now, and MVP, just no responses whatsoever. And even the next round where they don't even have a full buy.
Well, you say that, but it is still only the 8th round here, and
It is,
MVP, if they can get to 4 or 5 even, they've still done a pretty good job on their T side, which is still very achievable right now for MVP. Let's not count things before they come out. 7-1 is going to be the scoreline for Grayhound, and while that's good, it's a great start. That's all that it is. It is just a start. Grayhound still need to make sure that they close out this first half, and if they want to make it very quickly into map 3, they need to do it at something like a 13-2 or a 12-3 kind of a scoreline. And then win the pistol.
Yeah, absolutely. Solo's been spotted out, so there's going to be no chance for him surviving as Urkast just wants more kills on the anti-eco. 4 for him with the silence stand on the A-bomb site. So Grayhound, maybe I'm counting my chickens before they hatch. But MVP, just no resistance so far in the buy rounds as well. Only 2 people fragging up. That's not good enough on the T side and Nuke. You cannot rely on the individual efforts. It's going to have to be a full team effort coming out. And we're going to see Glow just with the CZ and utility. 4 AKs out for the rest of the boys and MVP. Grayhound, meaningly they haven't ballooned out of control just yet, but they're on the cusp, right? Another 2-3 good rounds, and then you're going to see the difference. And look at this already. Look at this from Grayhound. They're just going aggressive. They want to take control of the map.
They can definitely feel the game is within their grasp. And when it comes to that CZ, we've seen more done with less. MVP is definitely not out of this round just by pure virtue of having only 1 CZ, or I suppose I should say only 4 rifles. CZ can definitely get some work done. MVP, they seem to have something set up for us here, but it's not the kind of setup that they do want. Dick Stacey does get traded out, however, they have not found Dexter, who's in a great position to shut down this Outers push. They both line up for him. He can't quite manage to get the kill across, but he does quite a significant amount of damage. Gratisfaction's got a lot of information in lobby.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that Zion's here, and Zion's going to hear him back off, but Urkast, he's able to just sneak a kill away, doesn't know that the bomb is now in the hands of Glow, who's trying to go for the trade, but as the time is ticking away, this timing might be favorable for Zion, because he's going to come out on the A-bomb site and executes Urkast.
But Gratisfaction could make his way up into heaven. If he gets up there quickly, might be able to find himself a free frag. I was going to say deny the bomb plant, but it's gone down already. But there's the free frag that I was talking about. Glow just not quite quick enough to get out of the A bomb site. Zion continues to push into the bomb site, though. Gratisfaction was not ready for that. The USP up against the AK, definitely not an easy kind of a fight. And MVP do find their second round for the half.
Yeah, so MVP just relying on this Outers control, so we might see another take on Outers because A-bomb site and ramp hasn't really been working out for them. Grayhound, I think they need to start dedicating Gratisfaction to this Outers position a lot more because he hasn't been able to find the opportunities at ramps and A-bomb site as much. He's been much better on the rotate and just locking down Outers than anything else. Crucial round for both sides, especially for MVP, because if they lose this round, then their money is going to be completely shot, and you can't be in a situation as MVP where you just win a round and then you reset. You win a round and then you reset. Nuke is just notorious for it.
Yeah. MVP, it's a similar setup to what they have had on their T side so far, but this time the difference, HSK has got an AWP, so a little bit more potent watching this angle with the AWP than the AK. Regardless, not going to change the result, as Grayhound are deciding not to push that area of the map. Once more, MVP will head through outer. Dexter's been spotted out quite early on in the piece, but Gratisfaction covering him off quite nicely. Jeff also going down there. Yep, MVP, PK, they just can't get anything done on outer.
Yeah, and you can see exactly what Grayhound did in that round, because they noticed, okay, look, the T side, or MVP, are dedicating a lot of resources taking this out of control to try to take Heaven off us. So let's put Gratisfaction in a very far back AWP. We know he's going to be able to hit the shots, and we saw it just playing from Heaven near CT, getting all the shots. You got Dexter covering him off, and there's nothing that he can do on the T side. Solo trying to just get the bomb plant down to get some more money down. Zion's just completely caught out of position. Grayhound have completely reset MVP. This is the worst situation for the T side because it's just one good round and then there's nothing to work with. Another good round and then there's nothing good to work with. And the CTs are just free to build up money because I don't even think they lost a gun in that round. That's how clean it was.
The kind of way that you want your map to be going. MVP, they would have thought at this point they might be at 3 or 4 rounds at least. And they are definitely being shut out quite extensively by Grayhound, and this map choice might come back to bite them.
Zion's having a bit of fun in Squeaky, going, hey look, I can see the fire, but it's not doing any damage.
Molotov's a weird man.
Maybe there was a fire extinguisher there, that's why.
Probably somewhere that you could actually find a fire extinguisher or an
was
establishment like this.
No, it was literally right next to Zion. If we go back to Zion.
You can actually see them there as well in the A-bomb site. They're yellow though. That's a strange color for a fire extinguisher, by the way.
I think because it's a nuclear plant, they separate it because...
Some sort of chemicals.
Yeah, so if it's a chemical fire, then you've got the yellow ones. If it's just your normal fire, then you've got the red ones.
Yeah. There's a red one.
Yep.
That makes sense. What attention to detail.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, the security guards weren't too attentive, and they did allow the T's to sneak into a cedar plant, so maybe there needs to be more attention for the security guards, not for the prettiness of the map.
But the counter-terrorists are doing fine, that is for sure.
They've been putting attention in the right places. That's definitely correct, Jordan, because they've been putting... Okay. Thanks, MC.
Okay, what is it? Oh, I didn't read it in time.
There we are.
It doesn't really tell you what kind of... Electrical fire, I guess, is one of those.
Gas
Waste
fire, and then... yeah, electrical bin fire, and then gas... bin fire?
Bin fire. I don't know.
Okay, MVP are forced up in this, so...
Yeah.
Thought it might have been another eco, but it is actually a force by Grayhound. They managed to put... Or MVP managed to put Zion underneath, and they're looking to take the secret control. Where are the members of Grayhound, and how are they going to respond to this? You've got Gratis Faction. I think he may spot some crossing in.
Well, a little bit of a change up there from MVP. Typically, they've been trying to take control of outer as opposed to just bypass it and go down into the B bomb site. Zion, though, is very low on HP, so not really too sure how much impact he is going to be able to have. Dexter here might be the linchpin for Grayhound, as he has spotted out a couple of players. HSK is good for the trade, though. And Malta on the bomb site on his own for now. He's waiting for those rotations to come across. MVP not busting out in time to take advantage of just having the single player to deal with. And he'll be able to deny the bomb plant. No one's cleared it.
Yeah, and oh, no, takes down the vent player as well. Zeph the Khalil, it's not the most accurate weapon. And Malta, he's just continued the killing spree. He's just rolling through vent. And he's just single-handedly... I would say just put a severe dent in MVP's plan to take the under bomb site, and there it is. 10-2, another eco, maybe some pistols coming out from MVP, but this is what it goes back to the point, right? Is that it's starting to look really shallow. MVP's A bomb site hit's not working, Rams is not working, Grayhound are playing the rotations perfectly, and that round kind of showed as well. Dexter goes down, it doesn't really matter because Malta's still there and everyone else from the CT side is ready to come in unison.
MVP starting to get real nervous now. As we are heading into the late stages of this first half, we've been saying there's still time for them to come in back and get some rounds here, but it's really not looking likely at this point. Grayhound just completely shutting them out. It's the eco there for MVP, so they let that one go by the wayside, but they now need these last 2 rounds to come back into this map. If they get 11-4, it's enough to play with in the second half.
You probably want 5 on the T side, 4. It's doable.
Yeah, it's doable though. That's the thing is, but if they don't get these 2, even if they get the pistol to come back from a 13-5...
it's such a long haul where it just becomes, oh, maybe we might be going to the final map. So, and here's an adaptation. Fast down to the A-bomb site, Jordan. They're trying to come fast down, and Urcast is caught off completely off guard. The smoke grenades are good. Dick Stacy, though, still lurking around and maybe being a bit of a nuisance as Zeph. He's found the 2 opening picks that they've needed. Still looking for more, but Dick Stacy's still here. Bomb eventually does manage to go down.
Yeah, Zion has been spotted out there, but Dick Stacy not going to be able to land the shot. Doesn't even, in fact, fire a shot. It's Malta now. He's taking control of upper, but doesn't really have much room to maneuver, courtesy of those changes to Nuke. He's also found Solo, but he still has 2 players to get, an MVP. They do come away with the round, so a nice adaptation quickly into the A-bomb site. Haven't seen that yet. Grayhound still have a multitude of rounds to play with here, and even if it does end up going to 11-4, I think MVP are on struggle street.
Yeah, but at least MVP do manage to take one, and they put Grayhound on notice as well, that they go, hang on a moment, you can't just throw incendiary grenades because we're ready to put them out through smokes and just try to go for the entries. I hope MVP don't go for the same thing because it feels like it's a little bit too risky. They just need to slow it down, and Dick Stacy actually just walks straight into fire, but Solo Zion will be able to drop down successfully, but Stacy has actually just gone to the other side and he's getting more kills. And he does eventually go down to the AWP. Zion's underneath. Situation's equal for both sides. Even though the T's have a numbers disadvantage, they've got this positioning on Zion which can allow them a lot of flexibility across the map.
But Zion has to make use of it. That's the real thing. HSK, in the meanwhile, has actually gotten Malta. Zion's going to start lurking around here in the unders. Gratisfaction might be a prime target for him. If Zion can come up the ladder quite quietly, or even if he just sits here and holds off the rotate, MVP do come into the B site. HSK spotted out that ramp room is clear. Now it's on to Dexter. He is the key now for Grayhound.
Yeah, so before it was Malta, now Dexter. That control room broke and should give information to the T's that there is a CT over here, but they just can't identify his position. It's so difficult. Gratisfaction does go down to Zion. I think Gratisfaction maybe the drop down to Zion decided to contest it, but Glow, his arm's going to be spotted out. Lots of damage done. Dexter, that nade, I don't think it's good enough. No, it is good enough, even though it's bounced a little bit to the side. Urkast managed to find Zion and Vent at the same time. HSK with an AWP. He's on the wrong side of the bomb site. Needs to find 2 CTs and get the bomb down, and time is ticking away. Has to go for it, making a lot of noise, draws out the sidearm. It's not going to be enough because Urkast, he's got the primary arm, and Grayhound, 12-3, a very, very solid CT side against what we thought would have been a good side, a good T side for an MVP, but it was very lackluster.
They seemed confident when they chose the map, but perhaps it was misplaced confidence in themselves as MVP with only 3 rounds out from that first half. Like you said, very, very good from Greyhounds on the CT side. They had some nice individual plays as well, stepping up. That could be the difference between them pushing this one through to map 3 and bowing out of the competition. Of course, MVP did win the first map on Cobble in overtime, 19-17. Who's to say this one isn't going to go through to overtime as well, Kevin? Let's see what MVP can do on their CT side. Has to start with the pistol.
Yep, if they lose the pistol, they need to take the force buy for sure, as now it looks like it's going to be fast on the A bomb site. Malta is going to find the first opening pick with the Glock, but the trades fast and furious. There's still an equal situation for both sides. The Gratisfaction, he may be the difference in this one, but no. It's going to be eventually Grayhound. Gratisfaction is the difference. Pistol's going to the T side, and we may be jumping to a very quick map number 3. Because this is pretty much do or die for MVP on this buy round.
It is indeed, but a lot of UMPs invested in by Greyhound, so they might not have that cutting power to get through the armor that an AK otherwise would. Even still, you have to favor Greyhound here. MVP PK, this is their last chance, as you said. So, I feel as though we are going to be heading on to Cobble. That's going to be quite another interesting map. We haven't seen either of these two teams play on it from memory. No, MVP did play it earlier on in the tournament against Signature. It was a 16-4 victory.
So MVP right now just going to be holding these close angles. Hef does a lot of damage, and Zion. Oh, Zion's been so good with the CZ so far. HSK at the same time takes down Dick Stacy. It's all down to a 1 and 2 right now. Malta, this has gone tremendously wrong for Greyhound. Malta's just going to give it a little bit of time. He's going to reset the situation and go over to the ramp instead.
Does have an AK. And that's the gun that you want to have in a situation like this. Solo has only been able to pick up a UMP. Like I said, Greyhound, every other gun was a UMP. But Malta is going to go for the long wrap, the long con. And he might wrap all the way into Solo, actually, if he ends up going into the A-bomb site here.
But time is ticking away as well. You can't just allow the time to dwindle away too much, because that then allows Solo to potentially move around and gamble on the correct bomb site.
Malta just working his way towards the B bomb site. Not sure exactly what Solo's doing. I think he's still sitting on A. Yeah, he is.
You've got to gamble as a CT side, and this is the correct thing to do. You wait on a bomb site. You try not making too much noise. But Malta's gambled correctly. He's made his way to safety. And, ooh, putting up the smoke as well. He's going to hear Solo moving around, and Malta, he's got so much time to work with as well to get in a favorable exchange. And you can see this is a great position for Malta to be in. And Malta's clutched it out. 3 kills for him, a 1 on 2. And I think this will be 15-3 unless MVP decide to invest in it or Greyhound lose against USPs and P2Ks.
Surely MVP have to invest into this one again. They were so close in the last round, so why not give it another crack? Even if you do save through here, the buy's not going to be that great. Oh well, they're going to decide to save. For Grayhound, that does make life a little bit easier. The full AK setup out from them. They will just be playing a little bit default to start things off, making sure they don't give things away too easily, which is not a bad decision. Just make sure you close it out here, Grayhound.
Yep, they need to close it out and figure out how to get onto the final map as well.
And then what they're going to do there on that final map too.
Yeah, they don't want any rounds for MVP to go their favor because it just becomes a lot difficult. And Zion just holding his fire. He's still holding it. He spotted out 2 here, but he might hold it for a little bit too long. No, he might go for the knife. Malta's covering the angle though. Zion, he's outplayed himself.
Yeah, but I guess that's the kind of thing you have to try and do when you're on a round like this. Obviously, if you get 1 kill, it's nice, but it's not going to win you the round. So he's looking for more there. Hasn't worked out this time, but in another universe, it might have netted him another couple of kills and potentially an MVP comeback stage off the back of that. Malta, unfortunately for him, does take a bink early on in the piece. Glow's done a little bit of damage there, but should go down to Urcast. All in all, not a bad round out for Grayhound. MVP, they will get the buy through. HSK can afford the AWP, and he's just going to buy straight into it. That's 4,750 gone straight in. 1 weapon, doesn't get anything past that. No armor, no utility, no defuse kit, no upgraded pistol, nothing. Just the AWP. And MVP have got full rifles set up here.
You say it's just the AWP, but he can have huge impact. He's had a shocker of a nuke. I mean, admittedly, most of MVP, you're down 15 to 3.
What are you going to really be able to salvage from that?
I mean, normally we can say... Good pick from coming out from HSK. Normally we can say that, okay, these guys, maybe one person is lagging behind. Overall, as a unit, they're doing well, but it's just been a struggle so far for MVP. There's been no rounds that have been, not many rounds that have been particularly close, and they've resolved in the favor of Grayhound. So, this makes me scared coming into this final round. Even if it's a 3-on-5, you've got a feeling that Grayhound might be able to just define the opening picks that they need and just take control of the A bomb site and just win the game from here.
Big Stacy needs to come up with a kill, and he does. HSK only able to hit the leg shot, and oh, what a flick onto Solo. That's a chance gone begging for sure for MVP PK, but Glow is still in a position to shut this round down if he manages to find a frag. However, Grayhound have safely navigated their way past him.
You never go up ladder these days. That's so 2015. You've got some nice crates to be testing your squat strength and to see if you've been doing your leg day. And now Zeph is going to be seeing if he's been doing aim day today. Unfortunately not. 3 targets coming at the same time. Glow.
Has he made noise?
He has made noise. And there is no way in heck you're coming up ladder when the T's no. And a 16-3 victory for Grayhound. A comprehensive victory as well. Coming back after a disappointing defeat on Cache. Doesn't look like it's phased them at all. They're all smiles. They know they're going on to the final map.
So, we are at 1 apiece. Time for us to head over to our friends down at the analyst desk.
Well, Elfish Guy, I don't know about you, mate, but that was a very impressive game coming out from the real Grayhound Gaming. Great to see them coming through and doing so in style, to be perfectly honest. Ian?
Yep.
We were like, oh, this is going to be tough. I don't know if they're going to be able to pull this through. And then look at this. The score's easy. Easy. Considering the MVP picked this map. What went down?
Well,
I thought you said they played this one.
So, yeah, they do.
Yeah?
Yeah. Just not very well today. Maybe. Who knows? It's a bit tough to really understand what went wrong.
Maybe the veto went wrong. That's what went wrong. They should have picked
well, we did say it was a little bit of a strange veto, but MVP just had nothing on this map. I mean, they do have strategy and whatnot, but it looks like it might just be the old story of the stats lying and the map they play Nuke whenever they get the chance, obviously. Maybe for...
Yeah, we play Nuke.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I play sport.
Yeah, exactly. That's it. I go to the gym. Moe, what are your thoughts on this matchup? That was real weird.
Yeah, a lot of confidence coming out from Grayhound. You know, MVP obviously gonna, as I said, regret that pick. Maybe they had something in mind, but clearly it hasn't worked, and it didn't work. So they weren't even hitting a lot of their shots, to be honest. I mean, some promising kills for MVP. HSK hitting a couple of nice AWP shots there, but I mean, yeah, Grayhound came out strong. You know, if there was any pressure in the first map, there was definitely no pressure then.
Yeah, they didn't seem worried. No one seemed concerned. It didn't matter that they were 1 down in the grand final up against their opponent's map choice, up against one of the best teams in the region.
The pistols went their way, the clutches went their way, the gun rounds went their way. Literally everything went their way. They couldn't do any wrong. They'd lose 1 round, they win straight back. And they did that 3 times in a row. What can you do? Your money is just absolutely ruined every time MVP had something together. But that also comes back to just MVP not being able to figure them out. If they won a round, it was off the back of individual plays,
Yep.
you know, and not really finessing the round.
So now we move on to Cobble. One of our last opportunities, boys, to see this map in the map pool for some time.